Hey guys, been a little while since we did a build stream. Apologize, it's just last couple months have been sort of odd. Anyway, a little bit of an update on the P38. As you can see, I've basically got most of the build sequence done. There's still a couple things we need to do, but we're basically at the point where we can start doing some painting. You need to do some more work here on the underside because there are some were some decent gaps between the boons and the outer wings. Filled those with some plastic shims. Now it's just some final cleanup there. Probably just use some Mr. Surfacer and fill those in. But anyway, that's actually not what we're going to be doing today. Today, we're going to be starting a new project, and we're going to be building into the new year. And I'm going to have to move this back and up a little. So yeah, we're going to be building the Wing Gundam. I've had this kit for a little while, and sort of sitting on, had an overall plan for it, just haven't gotten to it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Today's going to be a little different than normal. Excuse me while I get the camera back set. So this morning we're probably going to go till about noontime, as unfortunately I've got to go out and run a couple errands. And after that, come back, stream for another couple hours for dinner. Do dinner, and then we'll go the rest of the night until midnight. Beyond that, we'll see what happens. So let's get into it. Now, truth be told, it's been a long while since I did any kind of Master Grade kit. Not for any particular reason, just haven't gotten to it, around to doing any. Mostly because I just have had other projects. So, looks like we're going to be starting with the chest area and sort of building things up from there. I'm just going to take a quick look. Looks like most of the early stuff's off of G. So, let me find that sprue. So yeah, as I said, it's unfortunately been a bit of a while since we did any real build streaming. Part of that's just because, as I said, just life's gotten sort of in the way. So G9, 36, and 37. I believe I mentioned in regards to the 38, I had wanted to get it done for Sprue Fest end of the month. So I just basically made the call and just kept working on it off screen. Oh, popped and caught it. Now I also need F11 for the cockpit. I think I saw sprue. Yes. So 11. There we are. So I'm curious to see how far we get with this today. Mostly because I haven't done a real lengthy stream like this for a long while where we just do a lot of work. I do apologize also for the sound of mowing. I guess neighbor's gardener is doing his thing. So, not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, sometime in February. It's not going to be an issue because I can at least try and get some of the noise dealt with. Honestly, later today, I think he'd be done, so we won't have to worry about that then. Now, I'm not going to be too, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to spend too much time trying to clean these parts up, as most of these, since they're structural parts, aren't going to be seen. So, no reason to spend an exorbitant amount of time on them. Just get them clean enough so that everything fits. And we can go from there. Right.
So, let's see, how does this all go together?
Okay, this goes forward. This then connects in here.
Alright, then. This guy
Goes forward. Head. Okay. And this connects in like so.
There we go. Oop, missed a part. G29. Dang it, wasn't paying attention.
Glad I did not glue these yet.
Okay, G29.
Yeah. 29.
There we are.
Yeah. No reason why you should always double check the instructions before you start putting stuff together. It's way too easy to forget something and then be 4 or 5 steps past that before you realize your mistake. So this one I'm going to clean up a little more because I think it will be seen. I have to put a new blade on. I've been using this blade for a while now, and it made be at its limit.
Yeah. Get that off. That's 1200.
This will do. So, as I said, we'll try and do this for till a little around noonish. See how far we get. Come back after a few hours after that. Do some more work till probably about dinner time, say 5:30. Then probably be back on, I would say no later than 9 at the absolute latest. And yeah, we'll go basically until New Year. Probably around also some, 10 or 11, I might have a phone call I have to take. So I'm expecting that won't happen until ball drops. But we'll see how far we get. It's been a long time since I did a project in this way. And since most of this is today is probably going to be preliminary construction.
Be interesting to see.
Okay, so now this guy is going here. Need to pry that open a little more. Now, one thing that surprised me when I started
Getting back to streaming was the changes that Twitch had made to its interface.
Don't think I'm that big a fan of the changes. Let's be blunt. So that, okay, yeah. Connects like that. Let's be blunt. I don't know, I just feel like they...
No, it's the old, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
And I think they've kind of
Broken it a little bit.
you know, things were pretty well laid out. You could get the things you needed, not too much difficulty, and yeah, this new thing is not something I'm liking. Grab a fresh thing of glue.
Got that done. What's next?
Oh, the other upside of bringing up the stream and not doing everything all at once is going to save my hard drive a little. Okay. So H8 and H9. Okay. As I am starting to get
A little low on hard drive space.
Where is the... Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be amazed how much hard drive space gets used up by video. Now, overall, this year's been interesting, to say the least. Honestly, I'll admit, not been as good about streaming as I should have. Because, started off pretty good, but, it's really sort of dropped off the last 6 to 8 months for a variety of reasons. Just more often than not, it's been work interfering because I work nights, so obviously doing most of my streaming at night.
No, it becomes real difficult to do. Okay, so
H8 is
this guy. Just trying to make sure. Okay, so this is H9. H9
goes in like this. I think.
That's supposed to go in all the way? Yeah.
Okay. Why is this not going in correctly?
Okay, hang on. Yeah, short, long.
That's pointed down. Should go in. There we go. Okay, guess I didn't get it just right. Okay.
So now we need polycap 3.
Where did you go, little podcast?
Did you guys make it to the bottom?
Alright, so polycap 3. So this comes off first. Set those there. It's supposed to go on
Back here.
Let me clean it up a little. But look at the instructions. This is supposed to clip on to the back here. Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh, that went on. Not too much difficult.
All right, now G19.
On it right away. Maybe. Now, one thing I am planning to do with, as far as painting this kit, I want to go with an all-metal sort of scheme.
Because thankfully I do already have
all of, if not, well, most of, if not all of, paints that I want to use. I really liked the Mr. Color Metallics. So if I don't have them all, I think the only one I need is Gundam, the metallic yellow. Unless I decide to go with a different color for this now.
how in the heck does this thing go in?
Alright, so this
Goes in with this guy facing
this side. Thing.
Why the heck?
Okay, I see now. Okay, I see now.
Okay. I get it now.
These are for the...
Okay, I get it now.
Alright, I get what they're doing now. These are basically shoulder parts. We have a separate...
Two separate H sprues.
It's one of those... You know, sometimes you just gotta figure out what they're trying to have you do. And then everything sort of makes sense. Alright, get that off. But I'm thinking doing like a gunmetal for these parts. though. As far as which particular shade, I'm not sure yet. And I'm still sort of debating. Because I think the all-clad gunmetal I have is going to be too dark. It's more black gunmetal as opposed to a gray gunmetal. Oh, I just took a chunk of my finger off. Again, always be careful when handling knives of any kind. Big, small, doesn't matter. You get careless with them and you can really end up hurting yourself badly.
That's the little peg. Sort of double checking. This goes this way. This way.
Come on. Get it. Oops, I put it in backwards. There we go.
Okay.
Downward facing. Okay, got that together. Yay. So then close that up. Now, this is supposed to come down.
How does that connect in?
So that sort of sits there for now, I believe. Down we go, snapped in. Clean that off a little more. Okay.
Alright, torso's coming along nicely. Sorry, had to take a swig. Alright. Now what's next? G18 and polycap 2.
Almost have a good chunk of the torso done. There's polycap 2. And then G18, was it? Yes, G18. Now, one of these days, I will either find online or, yeah, if I have to, scan in the instructions sheet so I can have them displayed on screen for the stream. So, like a little picture-in-picture. So that you guys can follow along without me having to pull the instruction sheet on camera all the time. Okay. Polycap. You have to get the tweed to get that in. Oh, no, I lucked out and got it in. That all comes together here. I can squeeze in. Something's not lining up right. That's in. So that's supposed to goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there. Goes in there. These guys really need to pop out. Why is this not wanting to go together? That's great.
Okay.
That is just sort of supposed to slide together. Something's not right. This is really... Yeah. Okay, it's just a real pain in the butt piece that just does not want to sort of go together easily. So just checking the movement.
It's all correct.
That's the only way that could go. Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and glue
These parts together. I'm going to avoid putting glue there simply because since it's got to move, I don't want to potentially do something that will screw up that movement,
at least until we
know we've got everything positioned how we want it and all that jazz. All that down. Okay.
torso's coming along pretty nicely. All right. Now I believe we start putting in some of the colored pieces.
Because yeah, those are, I'm pretty sure, colored. That I think is still gray. So F, yeah, F, yeah. No, excuse me.
I'm just trying to,
Smarter, not harder. Okay. So obviously some of these parts we're going to have to get off later. So I'm just trying to make sure we don't do anything that's going to make things
harder for us down the road. So, all right, so F16 and F10. This is G. That. Okay. It's an H, not an F. Okay. F16 and F10.
And F9 obviously on the other side. Thankfully they put the gates for these parts areas that aren't going to be really seen, so that's
a good thing on there.
Let's clean this up. We'll go a little slower from this point forward, just to make sure we don't goof up.
Excuse me while I hit. Sorry about that.
Old alarm. Up. This looks in here, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so that matches with that. Okay, this part we can glue in, I believe. It's not going to need to come off. Get the bulk of this sub-assembly, thus far at least, it's all one color.
so it'll save us some time. Let's get that other side vent on. Then we'll get the little chest guns. Now, interesting fact, when Gundam Wing first came on Toonami, I really, in all honesty, didn't get into it. In fact, even though now, looking back on it, it's not super great. First Gundam series I really got into was Seed. And it really was not until later that I got into Wing. Mostly in part because of Endless Waltz. Really like that OVA. Especially the redesign for Wing Zero. In fact, that's actually the only Perfect Grade kit I own. Is the Perfect Grade Wing Zero. Oh, thank you, Blight Me, for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Okay, let's get this guy on. Missed it. There we go. Grab some glue. Okay. Got that on. Alright, making progress. Let's get the little machine guns now. F-16. That's one. Oh, popped out on its own. It's always fun. Okay. There we go. Trying to think how best to clean the rest of this up. Do we have a... Nope. Put that on there. That should help. Make things a little easier to sand it up with. Alright. Light me. No, I don't have that much glue. It's just a... First, oh, you mean this side. Most of those are old bottles that I just haven't tossed. Yeah. I think only one of this one is the only one that's good, and this is Accelerator, which is actually this stuff, which I've never really used Accelerator before, but damn, I'm in love with that stuff. I'm really impressed with how that stuff worked. Only complaint would be it does cause things to heat up a little, so you don't want to do too much glue and too much of that stuff, because that can cause problems. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Almost got this thing cleaned up. Now, honestly, since this part's going to be a little more visible, I'm going to spend a little bit extra time on this thing. Just because I can actually get a hit with some higher grit. Because, yeah, it's not really going to be seen it's not worth the added time. Also part of the reason why I didn't bother clipping out the pilot figure earlier is since this thing's going to be all closed up, there's no reason to take the time to do that. Okay. Let's get this guy off. I'll just double check real quick. Okay, they just slide into these upper little things. Alignment? No. I'm surprised they have it going like that.
It's not more recessed.
That to me is a little odd.
Yeah, that is where it goes. Huh.
Alright. Let's get this glued in so it stays where it's supposed to be.
Alright, that's one of those down. Get the next guy.
Well, how things are going, I think we'll at least get the chest done before we take a pause at noon. So get that done, and I figure come back later today and get probably the waist or the head done. I'll double check to see what's next in the instructions. And yeah, we'll see how far we get on this today. So ultimately, the plan is to save for a couple of breaks for lunch and dinner. Be streaming most of the day. Looks like this guy wanted to clean up a lot easier than that first one. Hire it right in.
Okay, got that.
Let's get him on. And then we're going to need to figure some stuff out. Check the alignment. What does that say? Just see something. Yeah, depending on which way you stick it in.
Affects the alignment. It would be nice if they included that on the instruction sheet. Because they really aren't
Specific as far as, orientation. Okay. Let's see. A pro tip for any model, if you're going to enter a contest, things that they're going to look at the most are beyond overall finish is alignment. So it is worthwhile to spend a minute or two
checking that. That ultimately can be the difference between placing and, going home empty-handed. Okay.
Okay. That's D. Oh, where is B? B.
That's a white part now. Okay, yeah, this is where we're gonna start entering. Where we're gonna have to make sure we get stuff so that we can get it off and paint it. No, this part we'll definitely have to spend a little extra time on since it is a visible part. Here we go. That off. Dead. I'm going to have to swap out this blade as I think it's near the end of its life. Do that after this part. Go. Okay. This is cleaned up. Now, probably also need to neuter the nibs or open the hole a little more. Actually, I think I might open the hole just a tad. Because worst case, I can always backfill it. Unfortunately, I can't do any more scribing as my scriber broke. God hand plus razor system. I looked at getting a set of God hands, as unfortunately my mother stole my old set of these and used them to clip some old metal plant things and completely destroyed them. So I thought about getting a set of God hands, but I couldn't justify the price. You know, these I got for I think regular price was $10 at Hobby Lobby, 40% off coupon. No, they work well enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I may have to spend a little bit extra time, but you know, the difference in cost, you know. Okay. No, let's see which side goes forward. I think this is the back. Yeah, that's back. This is front. Okay, just checking out orientation before I go opening holes. Alright, let's grab a fresh blade. I'll do that anyway. Where did I put my... Okay, where did that go? Oh, there. There we go. Okay. Wait. I think I'll do is try and open these up a little. Yeah, I'll need to get. Alright, looks like I gotta grab a drill bit out. Just a second. Apologize in advance for any shaking. Here's my drill sets behind. There. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think this will open it up just enough. Okay. Oops. Yep. Come on. Alright. This the hard way. Yeah, I may need to get a new pen vise.
I have no idea how old this one is. Something I actually inherited from my father. So it's easily 30 years old at least. That's maybe it's possible. Okay, there we go. That's good. Now, the main advantage of opening these up is it'll make getting that plate a lot easier to remove. The alternative is to clip the little nubs, but I'm sure that can cause problems down the road. Stuff not properly seating at all. Now that's popping off nicely. Okay, yeah, that should do nicely. Because yeah, now we can, when we get ready to paint, we can pop this off without too much fuss, and then get it back on and obviously glue it down later. So put the drill bit back because I don't think we're going to need it for right now for anything else. And it's better to keep tools together so you don't lose them. Okay. Just got to do finishing sand on this guy. Do that real quick. Get him back on. And then we'll continue. Okay. Got that done. All right. Okay, what's next? Okay, so it looks like that now. Since I do plan to paint, we're not going to use the little stickers that came with it. I'm surprised they didn't do that as a type of clear part. So, D9 and A15. Right. Also don't know why they did all the yellow parts in this sort of orangey yellow. It's really light. Spudger. I'm not sure what that is, Blight Me. Never heard of a spludger. Or a spudger. Or however you say it. Yeah, it may be a tool I've heard of, but by a different name. Okay. Yep. Trim. Okay. Blade pressure, since this is a new blade. All it needs. It's very light pressure. Okay. Sanding. Good to go. Pro tool using modeling that separates parts without damage using soft nylon. No, I don't have one of those. Firstly, because honestly, I never knew what those were called. Partially, it's one of those things that there are ways to get around it without having to get something like that. If I can save a buck, never hurts to do that. Okay, got that cleaned up. So now we just need D9. Yeah.
9.
First blue. Okay, there's that.
Okay. Is this my first build on Twitch? No, I've been doing this for a while. Just been a long time since I did any kind of Master Grade, though. Just in any kind of build. Today would be a good day to get this kit out of the stash and finally get it done. Now, the last build that I was doing on Twitch was a P38, which, for a variety of reasons, I ended up doing a lot more of it off screen. Yeah. Just sort of where it got to. But no, unfortunately, I haven't been able to. Just the last few months, because of work, I haven't been able to stream as much as I'd like to. Since I wanted to get that 38 done for a contest end of January, now I made the executive decision. First Gundam? No, not First Gundam. No, I've done other Gundam projects. Just like I said, been a little while. First Master Grade I've done on Twitch. It's the first Master Grade I've done in a long while. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think the last Master Grade I built was Strike Rouge. A number of years back. Still don't understand why they didn't put. Oh, okay. They put the clear part on later. Okay, now I get it. So these go downward facing. Okay, so yeah, this one I should be able to knock off without too much difficulty. Okay, got that. So now we need a 4. The first clear part. Now, the main reason I haven't been building a type of Gunpla in a while is just had other stuff in the build queue that I wanted to get done. Now, I think the last Gundam I built was the Gancelot. Which I did actually a few months back now. So I wanted to get that for SoCal Gundam. Unfortunately, it didn't place. A little disappointed there. But the problem with SoCal Gundam is there's a lot of really high-end builds. So it's one of those, yeah, it sucks to walk away empty-handed, but more often than not, builds that win do legitimately deserve the win. Okay, got that pretty well cleaned. Oop, that popped off. Downside of having fat fingers. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly attach this. That's probably going to help hold that guy on. Obviously, come back and clean. Have that painted up. Okay, so that's okay. We gotta get B10 on. B10. Okay.
parts like these that
You're really glad to invest in a good set of sanding sponges. Those are
invaluable for doing parts like this. Okay.
Now we can sand.
Had to adjust seat. Hopefully later this coming year I may have a new setup. I'll deal with that when that time comes. Hopefully that new setup will be a lot better, a lot easier to work with. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty well done. That's the other one. So yeah, looking at time, coming up on noon. Have to try and finish this up.
So to look at the
Instruction sheet, shouldn't have to get too much more done. Okay.
So this slides into that upper sort of thing. Okay, I'll be able to pop that off later. Yeah. Without too much difficulty. And this slips onto here. Okay. Starting to look good.
Okay. Now what's next? D20 and D10. Okay. Just 1, 3. Huh. Okay. I see what they.
Okay, so you put D20 on first, then you flip it up, then you add D.
Add. Yeah, without the green, it just, yeah. That's one of the things with, as I said, we'll come back and paint it, and then it'll look, not a big fan of their little sticker things.
And as it is, I'm debating if I want to scan in and reprint the.
No, wait, this is B sprue. Scan in and reprint the decal sheet, the little dry transfer sheet, as a water slide. It's D20 and D10.
Okay. There's D10. Yeah. Because I actually picked up for Black Friday a laser printer. Because I had a decal sheet for a Edisha car kit just absolutely go to shit on me. And thankfully I scanned it in before I started on it for precisely that reason, in case things totally went sideways. Fortunately, they did. So, upside learned a valuable lesson about Awashima decal sheets. If I want to add an extra layer of decal, bond it to them just to give them a little extra heft, strength. Had to clean up some of the mold line. This one's got a bit of a nasty one. But no, I've never had as much problems with decal sheets as that one. And truth be told, I haven't touched it in a couple months precisely because of that. Because you know what? There's sometimes when the project's going bad, you just need to take a step back and get away from it, work on other things. Better to shelve a project than try and work through frustration. It will ultimately come out a lot better in the end.
This little nub's gonna need a little extra.
Sanding. So, yeah, at this point, I think we'll probably finish up the chest
Before I need to get off and run some errands.
Okay, got that done. Now this guy flips in on that thing. There we go. That. Okay, that's popping up. Why is that popping? Okay, now let's check this. Okay. We have that out. Yeah, that's properly aligned. And that goes in there. There. Oh.
No. When in doubt, try a different way. Okay, so
D10. I got him flipped off. Okay. I assume that's
going to be where it connects on to the
right down there. There.
there. All right.
Making progress. Go. That not done.
Done.
Okay. Done. Almost done. That's good.
Okay.
Got that done.
Now. All right, so that clips in
that way.
There. Okay. Got that. Ooh, excuse me. On. Okay.
What's next? So A7 and F6. That's probably just going to sit there, and that's also going to slide sort of
in. Okay. A7.
All right. That. And that.
It's A7, and was it also? No, it's an F.
Okay. That's H. G.
Oh. Of course, it's always the last one. Go for. Double check. Yes, 6.
Okay.
That out.
Now do some cleaning. That.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Do that. I'll make it a little easier.
Honestly, if this had a lot of intricate surface detail, it'd be a little more delicate with sanding, but since it does not, go a little heavier. Get these spots down a lot faster. Okay. Come on, get down.
Okay. That.
Come back and clean it all up. That. That.
Yeah, I got that. Okay.
That's there. Okay, so now we got our little neck.
Got that.
I do apologize about the sort of glare that's now coming in. Not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately.
I think the camera is now picking up as far as the
how it's doing the light perception. Figuring that. When I come back later today, that won't be a problem, but unfortunately,
this noon sun.
It is what we're going to have to deal with.
Okay.
This slides in. Oops. Got crooked. Slides
Like that, I believe. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong.
This is got to be rotated down. Come on. Yeah. Alright, we'll do this the hard way. Pop this back off. There. Okay, so that's going to be rotated down, it looks like. It's up. Okay. And this slides in. On. Let's cooperate. There we go. And slide that up. Okay. That's an odd way of doing it, but whatever.
Okay, so we got that on now. Finally getting some progress done. So it's not totally blasted by light. Okay.
So now get those side things on in the back. And we're going to be just about
Done. G8. Okay. Let's do this first, and then we'll get the other
it off from there. That's a nasty screw mark.
Okay.
Now, let's see that. Let's sand it up. It's always amazing to see how different the individual nubs are as far as taking the cleaning. It's strange how some will just be, they just have a little bit of sanding and they're gone. Others, going to spend a whole heck of a lot of time.
Right.
Okay, that.
Okay. Got that.
Done. Now this slides over that.
Nice. And then 6 and 7.
6 and 7. 7. Okay. This guy. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Later the afternoon, I'll also grab a fresh sanding sponge because I think this one's getting a little filled. Come on. Go away, little sprue mark. Almost got you. There we go. Now you're gone. Okay, that one's done. One thing I do try to do when sanding is avoid
Prolonged in any one direction.
because that will ultimately cause you to have a lot of deep scratches, which are a lot harder to buff out with higher grits. Stuff like that, I'm not going to worry too much about because it will get filled with the primer. Similarly, though, however, the one exception to that is if you're doing some of these high gloss metallics, those you'll probably want to definitely, even then, go to very high grits to get everything
Almost mirror-like before you put paint down. Not really true. It's all technical.
True, but there's some things it does not hurt to do a little more carefully than others. Okay, that goes in there. And this is where I think we may have an issue. I think how best to get these on so they look right. Yeah, a little bit of a step here. This is always the problem with some of these kits is open grit. Take off tops of the chest. That's true, that's one way. I'm more a fan of the, almost like an orbital sander. That way you're not going over the same spot too often. Now, I do have a bit of an issue here. Hopefully this will focus. There is a little bit of a step between this front part and this back part. That's true, that's one. I'll have to look that up and how to do headlight plastics. I'll take a look at it, see if I can find a video or something. Now, I'm trying to think how best to deal with that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looks like a bad casting on there. So we'll come back to that. Have to think on that a little. May just use some spare sheet styrene and build it up a little, because I think the stuff I have is sufficiently thin that I'll be able to bridge that step. Hopefully it doesn't have the same problem on this side. That would be a bit of a pain. Just going to temporarily attach this real fast just to see. Get it going on. Yeah, it's got it on this side too. Damn. That's going to make life a little more difficult. Damn it, get it. Pull that out a little. Damn. Okay, so yeah, I think one of the things I might do while I'm off camera, got a little bit of a styrene to attach onto here. That'll hopefully fill that sort of gap. That is a bit. That is true. But, screwdriver works well enough. Yeah, it just matters if you get it going enough. You're not going to have to worry as much about it potentially denting plastic. It's just a matter of being careful. And unfortunately, that's one of those things that only comes with experience. Get that. Okay, got that. Temporarily get that guy back on. Yeah, they had the problem on both sides, so a little spare plastic will fix it, though it's not as pronounced on this side, it looks like. But no, that's a nasty gap, so we'll have to get that cleaned up. Alright, last parts we need to get on are A11 and 12. Alright. Okay. that. That. Pass. Okay, got that done. Concave, there's a little bit more shown. Alright, that. Cleared. Okay. So, attention. Okay, that's one down. And one to go. It's a big difference having a fresh blade makes on cutting these parts. Big difference. Oh, get down. Okay, just about got this done. That. Okay, that's good. Okay, got that done. Alright, so got the chest done. So, this is where we're going to take a bit of a break for a couple hours. As I said, I got some errands I got to go run. Then be back later this afternoon. Want to say maybe around 3-ish, give or take. And then we'll move on from there. Next section actually is the head, so yeah, that'll go pretty quickly. Head and the arms. And yeah, I think we can definitely get heads and arms done in the next section, and then the rest of the body will come tonight. Yeah, that should definitely work out. In the meantime, I'll also go ahead and put shims on here. So I will try playing with it a little before I do that, just to be safe. But yeah, I think that's the only way we're going to really get those flush. So, until next time.